Hi, how's everyone going? My name is Poindexter. I am the owner of Full Circle Construction and have been working as a consultant for the town, kind of ramping up our sustainable regulations and helping out from Wilson with plan reviews and inspections. So this is what, I don't know if you guys know the background of our regulations, but we had adopted them back in 2014 for type 1, which is just our single family homes, and then we had adopted the 2015 IECC in 2016, and then kind of added the type 2 commercial aspect to these regulations. But now we're mirroring that and we are using the 2015 IECC as our base, and then and actually I'll show you. So this is kind of it. So there's the energy code, and then we're adding all the other aspects of building a sustainable project on top of that. So it's very similar to LEED. To those who have worked with LEED, subcategories like water conservation, recycling, reuse of materials, as well as using efficient grading techniques, utilizing materials with recycled content, as well as incentivizing renewable energy usage, promoting indoor air quality, and providing plans for innovation. So we're doing this because we have adopted a very aggressive climate action plan, which is necessary, but essentially we're looking to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by 25% by 2025, and then ultimately 80% by 2050. Yeah. Also, updating. So, why do you guys buildings? Well, you guys buildings right now account for the majority of our CO2 emissions. So the only way we can hit those goals is to really tackle the built environment. So, some of the changes you'll see, we have added additional compliance tasks through the 2015 ICC. There are a few compliance tasks, and we also have added a net zero energy ready compliance task for type 1, as well as lead goals for both type 1 and type 2. And ultimately, that's just thinking about the project more holistically, thinking systems rather than components, making the project easier in the long run. So this actually right here is a lenses overview, and it's a program that thinks about buildings and whole projects being regenerative. So it's kind of a project that our state university has implemented. But back to SBRs, these are our type 1 compliance tasks. So we have prescriptive, performance, zero energy ready, and our lead. Moving on to the type 2, again we have prescriptive, performance, our ASHRAE, and lead. So pretty straightforward. Another item we've changed is we're changing the minimum point thresholds. So I'll bring up the checklist here in a second, but ultimately, we want to incentivize smaller houses, or we want to not just get breaks, but changing the threshold for to finish that feeling to be a restaurant versus a floor and gel white house. And we also have changed the mandatory requirements depending on your compliance tasks and of course your construction type. So obviously we're not going to require a vegetable for a warehouse, but we do want a vegetable for a very large restaurant per se. We also have a continuing education aspect. So the continuing education is going to be required for anyone who's submitting for permit. So some executive tech, usually that's a contractor, and we want to see 2 hours of continuing education per year. Through that, and Scott will talk about more, but Town of Basalt is offering free trainings that count towards this requirement. We've also compiled a SBR review committee consisting of the town manager, building official, town planner, and a core representative. So we can kind of look into maybe projects that little line and a little verification on what we're going to classify as, or just kind of a group to talk about any issues. Also, we are incentivizing LEED as well as zero energy ready compliance tasks by giving you a rebate of 25% up to $5,000 on building permit fees. And we've also added a commentary for these regulations. And anyone familiar with the international codes are familiar with the commentary aspect. It is kind of breaking down the items and explaining them further. This is developed and maintained by Jim Wilson and myself. We are also, before the regulations passed, you were required to mitigate any exterior energy usage by on-site renewables, and right now we are offering mitigation off-site or through a fee in lieu payment. So for the sites that absolutely cannot get solar, there are other ways you can apply. That is all I have for the presentation. Let me go ahead and kind of show you the checklist. For our type 1, you can see different threshold levels at the bottom. So, depends on what level of model you're doing. If you're just level 1 or 2 under the International Existing Buildings Codes, you're exempt from our checklist. And you can see the thresholds increase the bigger the house gets. At the bottom, you can see we have a prescriptive tab, performance tab, and a zero energy ready tab. So it kind of goes through the, I'm going to point to, there we go. So here, these yellow boxes, that's our minimum threshold for each category. So it kind of just changes that. So, zero energy ready already addresses energy and indoor air quality. So you don't have, oh, thank you. Okay. Right, so I'm scrolling down a little bit. I just click on the box and just press down because I can figure out this well. So you can see here how the mandatory levels are. So they are different than the prescriptive. Actually, do you mind going to? this kind of explains what I was trying to explain, but in a table format. So you'll see the performance route, they're exempt from energy and renewable energy. So that's just our minimums. We're always trying to go above the minimums. You might go into the type 2 checklist. Any questions for quick out to one? So I don't know if you've had a chance to kind of go through it. So here's type 2. So this is different because the code is a little different for commercial, and that we have mandatory requirements, but again, it's not applicable to all types of commercial building. So you'll see we have new construction, tenant finish restaurant, and if you level 1 remodel, you're exempt. Level 2, level 3, we have our additions, warehouse, multifamily. That's our historic buildings, 1 and 2, and all of that is explained in the commentary. Am I scrolling down the bottom? Yeah, great, thank you. Just so you can see our, yes, great. So there's our required thresholds here. So ultimately, we did do plan reviews on a lot of the existing projects that have already been built in Basalt or are in the permit process to see where they hit on all of these tables, and all of them were fairly compliant, but definitely trying to push it a little more. So I've been out a little bit, a lot of it. Any questions? He's all familiar with the code, so totally different crowd than anticipated. Actually, not really. But.
No, I spent a little time explaining continuing education and how we're going to.
Okay, great. So continuing education, the Town of Basalt, we're hosting trainings through Scott. He will be presenting those. But if you are unable to attend training, we are able to give you credit if you attend any, say, USGBC events, or if you can show that you've done webinar trainings, or whatnot, or even, a certain core event that's focused on buildings or a clear event. We will count those.
And maybe the most important thing everybody here that's here realizes that this presentation is going to count as one of the two, and it applies to any permit that requires a sustainability building related review. So if you're coming in, by way of example, you're getting a roof permit and it's not real caught SBR, you're still going to be able to come in January 1st, 2019 and get your permit process. But if you come in for a new single family home, by way of example, you're going to be caught. And we're trying to make it as easy as possible. So let's say in the odd event someone walked in the door and they don't even know about the regulations. One of the reasons this has been taped is that we want people to watch it, and then they can sign that they've attended, and likewise some of the webinars, et cetera, that we're going to be made available. And that information will be included in the commentary also. We're hoping to work out something with Habitat for Humanity to talk about can we do something actually on site with the Salt Vista project there. So I think there's some interesting opportunities, and if you have any ideas, feel free to send them our way and we'll consider them.
Exactly, that's why we have our review committee. And I think, obviously the biggest thing is having, as a designer, you're designing these standards and you're aware of these regulations, and we're trying to relay that to the contractor and having them also be aware of what we're willing to and what's being required of them. So yeah.
You ready for questions?
I just want to add one thing, sorry. We keep a spreadsheet for each year, especially with license, contract license, so you know, where you are. You're taking this now, and then it might be 6 months before you take your, second credit, whatever that may be. So you want to make sure we'll know how to renew, and so we want to make that available and easy for you to find. We're hoping to be able to put that online somewhere, so that you can be able to find out. When do I have to renew my card? That's the next project. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have in your formula
numerous lines, and you said there's a commentary.
Correct.
So am I right assuming that each one of those lines that somewhere there's text?
Yeah, so and that's actually not in the commentary, but we do have the guidelines is the Word document behind the checklist.
So the ordinance itself, ordinance 11, series of 2018, that includes the basic point requirements. It will include, like, for example, Part 2.02, beetle kill lumber for structural or non-structural application, 2.4 application 6 facts as benefit qualification, the points, and where the confirmation is going to be. That's actually in the body of the ordinance itself. And you can find that online. You can go to Wilson's building permit page, and just go to www.basalt.net, which is our webpage, and then click on building department. You can pull up the ordinance. The ordinance is basically the same format as before, so it kind of explains the basic criteria. The ordinance includes the two tables, tables that Amanda pointed out that has by compliance path, what your required points are by the different sections like air quality, et cetera. So those are all in the body of the ordinance. With the commentary, yeah, like that's actually part of the ordinance itself and explanation kind of behind it. And the commentary, I would call it commentary kind of work in progress. I mean, it'll be changed and updated as we see the need to provide some additional clarification on stuff. So it won't take every item and provide explanation, but hopefully with this page, this ordinance is 62 pages long. So the ordinance provides quite a bit of information about the different criteria.
So let's take beetle kill lumber, for example. How much, where is it going to be used? Is it certified to be live beetles? What is the criteria and where do you find that?
I mean, it's essentially every, like the way we measure it, it's all explained in the guidelines, so it'll be like maybe at least minimum 50% of the application, so it'll be the application maybe being the cabinetry. The cabinetry or the flooring.
Okay.
And not obviously something that's not certified, but pretty visible.
Right.
So.
Okay, so let's say we do it for flooring. All right, and does it have to be, I'm just being the devil's advocate here, I understand. Okay, so I'm sitting in a room here, in a building, and would it be sufficient for this building to have this one room and beetle kill, this work? variance. That's a side requirement. I mean, I just want
No,
to get that.
because the square footage of this room, I don't think is, half of
Enough.
the rest of the.
Okay, so there would be a percentage of the square footage or the usage requirement. And that is listed where?
And ordinance is
Correct.
So you're asking somebody who's putting together the building to read the ordinance, to find background for the things that are on the checklist, on the points, sort of.
Yes, and you can find, and it'll be codified just like the current one is, and codified in the code. We usually just do that once a year, and you'll use the ordinance.
Can I make a suggestion? Okay. So I might pick out one of, I don't know, it's probably a couple hundred
Yeah.
choices you can make there, right? Easily. So I would suggest that there's like you could just like a loosely binder of tabs, and each one of those is a tab. And so the individual who is trying to fit the building into the point system, right? So, right? Can go to that tab and easily find, not to read through an ordinance, the criteria, and then that person can make a choice. Is it something I'm going to pursue? Does my client want this or not, for one thing? And it's a whole range of, you get down to picking what's going to be a building, there's a number of reasons to pick one thing or another.
Right,
Just
but
one.
a lot of it, I mean, we can usually do that digitally, say,
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
when I vote for this is 4.25, and you type in 4.25 in, okay, there is.
That's what we need.
And yeah, so that will be available, and also a lot of it is just trying to incentivize efficient printing methods, and,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, so that's totally things that maybe owners are gonna be picky about, but.
Well, owners can get really picky. So, and they have very definite ideas about what they want to build. And so that gets me to the question about owners and incentivizing and so on. And the input from the owners varies on the project, and varies what the project is in the valley. And and the designer is obviously trying to discover and to meet the needs of the owner. The owner's not always sure of and start that project. I built things in that form, not because they didn't make math, the same. So, you never know what you're going to be dealing with there. So as far as incentivizing go, the incentivizing that you mentioned so far is that correct me if I'm wrong, but you're offering a discount on the fees if
If they choose to go
using LEED or
zero energy ready.
ZER. Okay.
Where they are also saving money on their utility bills and living in a healthier,
Right.
better building.
Well, now that is where the education, where the education part from the town of Carbondale, comes in. And of course, this has been discussed, we had discussion Tuesday night on this in Carbondale in some respects. And, we talked about education, like an easy word to throw out the public window and so forth, but actually getting education in a meaningful way that's going to have positive results is a whole different thing. And, you have to give credit to the town council here who has taken a fairly strong step in terms of sustainability to make these things a requirement. And it takes a guts. But mildly. And and that's all good. Now, the other question that comes up is, so I have frequently, as a contractor, had to come and take out permits in different jurisdictions. And I have done like met forms and things like that up valley, which aren't very complicated. I mean, they're relatively easy to follow. This is something else, you're getting to this level of. And then the question becomes, as a contractor, I'm kind of down the food chain, right? So you've got your owner, you've got your designers, and you've got the guys who are going to put the building in. And so that most of the decisions about something like this have to occur well above marketing involved in the project, right? So when you talk about education training for builders, you can make that word a little broader, and you could include the owner in that word, but not exclusively just the contractors, because most of the decisions are not made at contractor level. Unless there's problems, then we have to talk to the architects and go, look at this, look at that, look at this, we go this way, whatever. So sometimes we're involved in those things. But as far as vehicle bill, that would typically be a contractor's decision. That would be something that was made much earlier. However, and obviously it's good for contractors, which I guess I'm the only one here, am I?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Okay. To be aware of what process is involved. And if we had a client, for example, who wanted to do something in a building project in this jurisdiction, we would advise that guy to probably hire somebody, most likely, to go through the process. So we're pretty much creating a third-party responsibility. Now, some architects might be comfortable doing this checklist, and others might want to hire somebody who specializes in that to work through the project with them and the owner. So I think that's, I just want to make the point that, you're offering a program for people who are coming in and getting contractor's licenses, or applying for permits, and oftentimes, I don't know, down here, Jim, is most of the permits taken out by a contractor?
Yes.
They are, okay. And that's probably typical in Aspen and so on. Other jurisdictions, sometimes the owners come down and take out permits, which they're can do. If I'm doing a project here, I might tell the owner, you get permits, and you deal with this program. And then you're ready, and if questions along the way, it depends on what you've been involved with project. I recently did a job in Harford County, and, the job didn't go because it was over budget, but usually what happens is the owner or the architect get a list of people, contractors, and then do a bid. See what they do the job. So you're waiting on a decision-making process there. And I was curious if, now the SBR has been in effect for a little while yet. Have you had projects that have gone through the process?
Yes.
Yeah. And how did it work?
So they submit the permit, then we'll give them the checklist. I mean, either they already have it in their permit application or not. And then once they have a checklist, I will go and I do the plan review, and I make sure they fill out their line, their row, and then I'll go through and see, just kind of verify that what is on the plans is what they're getting points for. And also, if I see something that's not plans that they didn't get points for, the points for that, and they put them high. And if they're not compliant, then I eventually go back to them and offer different line items that are kind of lame fruit, to get them more points. So usually, yeah, I mean, fees have been pretty minimal, and then on the former program, and then, if we have any issues, we'll address them, and then you'll see through the checklist, you're going to clear on them, but, obviously, certain line items are reviewed at different points of the project. So you'll see, okay, it's plan review and final. So, check it on plan review, it's good, we'll re-verify it at final.
Can you give the name of any project you've done recently? As a case of
The Roaring Fork Club was under the old regulations. That would be an example of one that has gone through SVR regulations.
Yeah, we've got
And-
Willits 7, Royal Conservancy, Willits 3, as well as Buddy Homes.
what homes?
Nobody's gone through this particular one.
Right, this is new, this about it.
But I have done, all of them, I've done a lot of the old plan reviews, I have applied to this to make sure it wasn't, off the grass.
We did quite a bit of modification running the scenarios for the Roaring Fork Club and the Roaring Fork Conservancy and Block 3, which is where the 49 apartments in Bolton by Roundabout. And it was a useful experience because it did tell us where we were kind of heading in the wrong direction. So we made adjustments based on that.
Right, yeah, so the scenarios, it's important because what happens depending on which path you choose and kind of what, and obviously kind of able to kind of use you got, so on and so forth, all those things. Some of those are going to be a fairly narrow focus, but some of them are going to be sort of almost random choices, it seems to me. And what, for example, if you do lease or you do the DNR, okay, that's two different choices. So you take the same building and you say, okay, I'm going to go this one, what would I have? How many square points? You go this one, you go how many square points? Which of these is more advantageous for my building, right? So it's a little complicated, and it's a little bit like when tax returns, where there's different choices to make, and you take this choice, it could cost more, you take this choice, it could cost less, right? So it's the same sort of example. So, in making those decisions, from our point of view, if he's the guy to bring that, and he's building version A, and building version B, maybe there's a couple others, in the process, then he needs to get, after he looks at that, and say, okay, what can I work with here? And then plan all day, well, do this, I do that, I do this, or go over here, do this, and that, so on and so forth. And then they may go into the builder and say, okay, how much more money is it if I go with exterior insulation, versus a 10-inch wall or something? And I don't know if you got that information. You'd have to sit down and try and figure it out, right?
That's why I walk in.
And that's a good segue. Let's go ahead and Scott Reynolds, Tom do his, and then we have Tom and circle back and go back to question for both groups. So Scott, come on. What are you doing? Anybody want to grab more food? Go ahead.
Always ready to set. Hey, which button do you make this?
Advance is
Off, okay.
advance is this one. Back is that one. That's your plan.
Just let you know, go quick.
So we're on pause here for just a moment. Thank you, that was great. But all the problems laid down. I'm John Mills, I'm with About Heat. I'm a building analyst and optimization professional. I work on retrofits mostly. I've been working on new builds here and G-Ready programs probably over the last 5 to 7 years. My background is in trenches. I just did 400 unit retrofit for the city of Aspen on their employee housing. I'm presently certifying zero and G-Ready 47 units for the Aspen Steam Company. I've also had several custom houses in Aspen and some often on Awkward House side in the midst of certifying zero and G-Ready. The zero and G-Ready training is based more on just giving you general information about the program and also about the differences between code, as you'll see on the low gray bar, and then you have your Energy Star at the blue and zero energy. It shows you how different it is. We can go through it, and I have a graphic down the road that will show you the differences between code all the way through Passive House. And what we're doing, the other we're in 2015 is we're very close. And you'll see that it doesn't take much more to be code 115 and get certification. The reason we like to talk about certification is that there was a $5 billion home sale study that was done. And on average, apples to apples, houses right next door to each other, one with certification and one without, was getting a 10% premium on their sale. So why we're looking at you into the zero energy ready as opposed to lead or passive house is, I've been trained in passive house, I worked on lead programs and projects, and I found zero energy ready is the simplest program and the most straightforward because it's based on code. Lead has its own lexicon of information, passive house has its own verbiage and its own way. Both of them tend to need a certified person looking over your shoulder to get you certified. Whereas zero energy ready, once you understand what you're doing, most builders, they tend to do the same buildings the same way. You don't change that much unless the architect brings it in. So if an architect both high performance, what we're going to be doing is showing you the simplest ways to move forward. So here you can see where these all stand and what the differences are, and it gives you a quick idea of what they go to. Okay, so here similar are your basic systems you have to work with. The beauty of the ERs, you go on their website, they have all this information. They have their solution center, so you can put each one of these boxes on a circle and go there, and they're going to give you everything from CAD drawings, YouTubes, videos, how-to program checklist, and really carry you through the process of developing a high-performance building. I'm getting too hard on that. The other thing they do that you don't see a lot with passive house and leads and other ones is they have a full and very robust marketing so that when you are building and when you have built, they have brochures you can logo with your information, and they really figure out a way to help marketing. That's what builders always say is, I did the work, nobody knows about it, they don't care, I lost my ass. So this is what they've learned and what they brought into it. So in this class, what we want to look at is the why and the how. And one of the big whys is that millennials are now, and Generation X are now nearly 60% of the home buying market. And even though we may not feel it and still think in square footage is really the optimum location, they now say they want to know about energy efficiency. As a retrofitter, what I run into is going back into older houses, anything from a new build all the way back to the 1880s, and what we find is the biggest call is on comfort, and those are easily handled. We also know that we've agreed, again, as we saw with sustainability documents for Basalt, that we're trying to do it. So what we look at is the built sector and transportation. So you can see commercial, residential, transportation is 70%. Amendments was updated, I think it was 87%. And what we find is most of the energy is lost between extraction, production, transmission, bringing it to the site, burning it, and getting it in the houses. And then once you get into the house, 85% of our energy is lost. So we have a lot of low-hanging fruit. And now solar and batteries are so cheap that even right now we pay for natural gas, which has always been the cheapest, which is about 10 cents a kilowatt hour. Now they're doing power purchase agreements at 3, and this is all we're seeing down as low as 1.5. So the idea is to understand that energy efficiency is really a direction that we want to go. So what I take people through is showing that how our architecture has changed over the years and how we've worked and tried to find out how to build a better house. But finally we got down to the principles of heat transfer and really started looking at all the pieces of the puzzle, and we found out that this is a zero energy ready house. It was here in Colorado, and it's $420 a year to keep it warm. So I walk people through all the steps: orientation, air sealing, insulation, and air quality, and really simplify, because as you saw with all the rules and regulations, you get overwhelmed. It's like, oh my God. And what I'm trying to do is give you a practical idea of what's the best way to do all this stuff without going through every ramification of if, when, as we were talking about before, how does this all work? And what I want to get down to is, first thing we'll look at is orientation. We've been doing that for thousands of years. Understand how the solar axes work and understand where all the problems are. And the good thing is that with the Solution Center, you're going to get all the information you need so you can really lay it out, whether you're an architect or a builder, because an architect may be giving you these drawings, and this gives you a place to go to so you understand walking in the door as opposed to having to figure it out when you're on site trying to build all this stuff. One of the big things I always like to, as a part of all this in air sealing, most board has to run the CO. So at the end of your project, you go in there, and I was just talking to Amanda about that. She's working on a house or what was it, park building? It was a housing. I'm not saying the name. I'm just saying a housing project with multi-unit. And they're trying to get their air sealing down. They were crushed because they didn't want to work on it early. So what I say is when you're at the rough end, and that should be coded as far as I'm concerned, but when you're at the rough end, that's when you do your lower door. Because everything's open. So insulation, so drywall in the way, all your penetrations are available for sealing. And we are right now into a 2 air changes an hour, which is right there at patio house level by using this technique. So it makes it really easy. This is what I'm telling you, do proper step, proper time. All builders are saying this is crazy. They spend all my time air sealing and talking, but really just bringing the subcontractor, look, you're an insulation guy, you got an electrician, you got a plumber, you got an air sealing guy. You can knock out a 2,000 square foot house, totally air seal it up in less than a day, $12,000. It's really cost effective, and that makes sure where we're at. These are more of the mild cracks every house has. This is what a builder doesn't want to do on his own. This is what subcontractors are got that day in, day out. The other thing is everybody's talking about high efficiency wall units, and this is the big talk right now. Offset walls, offset walls. And so what you have is really 12 layers of potential failure. It's basically build it to envelopes. So what I try to teach people is we have a very simple solution. This is the perfect wall developed by Joe Seabrick with buildingsuns.com. And so now we've got it down to 4 levels, unless you want to call the vintage heavy level or layer. So what we're really trying to do with exterior insulation is this shows you how you kill thermal bridging and why exterior insulation is so important. This is really where we want to go. We also talk about all the different forms of insulation out there, the benefits, the drawbacks, what's the best practices on certain areas, and just show them basic principles of how you connect it, how you look at the house, and do all your design and you lay out your work before you're into the site building. And you say, I know we've got to connect the foundation to the walls and the walls to the attic, so you make sure when you hit those portions that you are covering it as opposed to doing standard building practices. And we go over and consider your HVAC as you can conduct furnaces and whatnot. I try to point people in the direction of radiant. It's more simplified, it's more efficient, and when it's done properly, it contributes to excellent air quality. And then we talk about how cost-effective air quality is done with really simple system that everybody thinks they have to go out and get the $10,000 unit. Every room has to be deducted with a separate air source against the furnace. And I can show people how we using radiant in a simple process for things like this. You can save a lot of money. So we're really trying to go through all the differences. So here you can see it doesn't have the 2015. We don't have an update on that. You can see how, and I would say that Energy Star is very close to 2015. And even with what Basalt is doing, I think you can see, Amanda, most of these things are 8 years already. So to be able to go to a certification level that is going to give you a 10% premium, it really doesn't take a lot. The HER score down at the bottom level will show you that the numbers are all really fairly close. So it's not the big amount that people think. And so what we're trying to do is get builders to understand that the thing with the certifications, things change every 6 years. Different changes at different places throughout the valley. Every municipality can have some amendments that can make it kind of dance. But if we can get zero energy ready past it, as we have here at Basalt, as part of the package for getting a certificate of occupancy, we can make it easier for builders over their career to be able to have one basic format that they can work with. It's going to carry them through the majority of what you have to do in passing a building inspection and getting a CO. Someone saying you had, it would knock it down, what was it, 20 points? If you deserve energy ready, it's a jump, it's a big jump. When I advocate, you can do it on your own, and I advocate getting HERS, follow it prescriptive. HERS ratings are excellent. We did a 10,000 unit study on HERS rated before and after. A year later, how did they perform against their HERS rating? And what they found is within 10%, and the 10% was based on occupant behavior. So HERS is a real safe way to go. And it's a small, depending on the size of the house, it's usually 100 square foot. Additional costs, the same way you get engineering on your plan, you get a HERS rater, and he actually goes out and does a lot of the review planning, and he will be doing some of the inspection, which also helps the building department. But now you have a HERS rater who is going to be your consultant. He is the guy that's going to answer all your questions. The units that I've been working on, we do the HERS, and he's a zero energy rater also. And it's basically copy and paste. Both units. They're very, very similar. There's very little difference between a HERS rating and zero energy rating. And when we were doing the certification for the tiny houses for the SMC company, we could go work with the builder, this manufactured housing builder, and get the details taken care of. And we would pass and go back and figure out the problems. And it works really smoothly as opposed to a builder doing it on his own, filling out the paperwork, submitting it to the town and being told you don't have it back. The HERS rater is right there by your side, tells you immediately, gives you the numbers, and when you pass it off, you have the stamp of approval, both whether it's zero energy rating or HERS, when you go into the building planning department. So that's about it. Thank you very much. And this will give you an idea of the class that we're going to have.
So does anybody have any questions for Scott?
Yes, sir.
If an radiant heat system at home and you do cooling,
You can. That isn't the real strength, but I know that they do it, especially if you're doing it in concrete. If you're going to do it under a wood floor, it's not going to be a lot of cooling. But there's other, night flexing. There's a lot of ways to do cooling that are cost effective. If somebody wants to put in an air conditioning work-through system, that's fine. Like I said, what we do with the indoor air quality, you can bring fresh air into, because all commercial has to have a fresh air component to the forced air heat. You use the same sort of thing. The ducted system goes in when it fires.
do you need repair unit for your gradient?
Yeah, it's big in the case. In my opinion, and you have to get to a certain level you can get away without it. Like I said, why not? If we could do it cost effectively, the unit that I showed you was a $500 unit. You could put that being on the top of the house. You could put that in multiple places and be very cost effective. I know the senior units are anywhere from about $10,000 installed, and you're running ducting for every room. These are done like a bath fan. Each room, and they run about 1,500 square feet depending on the layout of the rooms. It's not the absolute perfection. It's not very engineering, but it is very effective and it works. And you have fresh air. Yes, sir. Hi, Frank Pat.
What was your feel there?
Company?
About
Taking heat?
taking heat.
Saving.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So the lower door, make a good point to do the lower door after.
It'll run
possible,
it.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so wouldn't that be something that the building department would have to regulate?
Yeah, well, if they want to mandate, that's their mandate. This isn't even mandated in passive houses, zero energy ready. As my background in building and retrofits, that's why I say I get best practices. I'm not just trying to go through all the ramifications of every single layer of the zero energy ready program. I think the 2015 bus is really close to it. So once you've done all that, you pretty much understand. But when being in the HERS leader is going to certify zero energy ready, you're going to have HERS ready for 2015 already, right? So to add on the zero energy certification is very cost effective, and you're going to get a big marketing push. It's going to be take you differentiate you as a builder or whoever it is involved with doing this. And you have all this signage, brochures that nobody else is giving you.
In-house, so we will be providing awareness both at rough end and final. So we want to catch that before you put your drywall up.
So,
Is that the own code? Is that what you're saying?
No.
so John, I know that we and I brought up this issue. You could house down, now you do a lower door, and you pay. What do you do next?
You do it at the rough end.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
You take a ton of cost and you're going to be copying everything.
You're screwed, basically.
you don't get a CO.
I've done houses that failed.
Well, that's why we will be requiring it at rough end, because that's the last thing we want them to do.
Yeah,
is
right.
to like, oh crap,
Yeah,
a
well,
bunch of this is already this on the end of this, and that's not what we want.
That's why I bring it up.
And you have a board test right now, 2015.
2015 requires the blood door.
Yes. So this training, this is why, in my opinion, everybody should take this training, because we're talking about the practicalities of building as opposed to, oh yes, we went to it and sat around and watched something on a movie or whatever. This is practical information for builders to simplify their understanding of high-performing practices. And I think that's really key moving to 2015. And in the end, by 2030, we're supposed to be zero energy compliant for all residential and commercial. And that's where we're going to go to in the long run. So understanding all these principles and start applying them with what we're doing right now is.
So we have,
Yeah,
we have time for you called door question. I have a question over here, and then I think we'll wrap up because this will be an hour, and you want to stay after we wrap up and individually ask the question. Does anybody else here have a burning question? I have one question here. Go ahead.
Quick question. What if you do urethane? I mean, you still have to go through, I'm still in the house, basically, with the urethane. So to go through and do a blower door test before I do my, whether it happens to be urethane installation on the walls. I have to go through and block my whole house before I do urethane. I'm just curious, because we're actually, go for habitat, we're actually thinking of our wall system, that's what we're using. So that would be a huge extra step.
Yeah, I guess I'm not familiar with what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
As I perfectly. Day one is their skill. It's building, shift, and move, they pop. It's a solid piece. And so what happens is when it shifts and it pops, you're actually opening up the walls with cracks and openings. So yes, you would want to do that before you spray it, because you need to make sure you have still envelope.
I mean, from a practical perspective, adding that extra step, I mean, one of the reasons why you do the urethane is for the extra installation that it doesn't make it worth the extra cost, because you have to go caulk it anyhow.
I love
Well, I
the
think, yeah,
demonstration because
and-
the whole place, I can really speak to that too.
And also, I mean, that is a situation that if that's how you're insulating, and you want to, you're confident that after installation, you're gonna pass the blower door test, and, you know, we can do the loader head out of that. Does that make sense?
But just as a reminder, I had 12 houses, brand new, and they failed. So you can't just say, this is gonna cover me because. Why they failed is the wear and tear. So the house I was working on in Aspen, great architect, biggest, contracting company, they were just about ready to close everything up, brought me in to do the door through thing. They didn't see the room joists, total holes. So the thing was, is we found that their leakage was unacceptable. And they had flashing bed on the inside, exterior insulation on the outside, and we still had problems. So that isn't just, we're gonna do that, that's quick and easy.
My 2 cents is the problem is your air barrier. You wouldn't want to test until after you place the pump. Ideally, you wouldn't place the basket either if that never happens. And I would say, I almost never find envelope failure in the pump house. It's mechanical systems, things like that that just can sink you. And that is a really good reason to get a lower door test that we're working on, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what's gonna happen in between. You may add this, and you add that, things change all over. Some guy comes in, starts punching through the phone, and they're not seeing it up afterwards. And that's what I'm saying. It's just not a finish day, we're done. So I would recommend everybody get the blower bar. It's even simple. And you gotta do it. So the point is, or you can spend a little bit of money to make sure you're going in, or you can wait and take a chance. A lot of houses pass, but the ones that don't pass, it's hell to seal. Especially if you're finished. Not every baseboard, it's every plug, it's everything. You're suddenly going crazy.
I've never had anybody do that. I've always found some way to solve it easier in a crawl space or a chimney flue.
Well, whatever you may find, but I'm just saying, I've been over 1,000 homes, so I have extensive experience with money into it. And I'm not saying every phone tends to work, but I've seen enough eyeball stuff. You don't want to be that eyeball going off that family unit where suddenly you're running around with 25 units that you have to go crazy on.
Like, yeah, we're gonna close.
Thank you.
This, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Lydia, for filling that.